Welcome back. I'm pretty sure that after that demo, you are super excited to get started. However, I think it is really important that we're on the same page and that we cover some expectations for this course. First of all is the course requirement. I already talked about this. You saw it in the intro video. However, I do want to again rehash it and ask you to please take a hard look at this and be honest with yourself and only sign up for the course if you are comfortable with the requirements that I have laid down for you here. Okay? If you don't meet the requirements just now, nothing wrong with that. Don't worry about it. Becoming a developer takes time, takes work, and it's usually better to start with the basics so that you can have a strong foundation and then move your way up. Okay? So it is really important that that you understand that this course, although it's beginners friendly, is for beginners with some knowledge on Java and some knowledge on the Spring framework. Okay, if you're a beginner and I have never written a line of code in my life, let alone Java, then this course is going to be a little too advanced for you. Okay, so nothing wrong with that. Just go get your basics first and then come back to this, and at that point it's going to make a lot more sense. All right. Also, I want to rehash on the fact that you're expected to be able to set up your development environment on your own. All right. I'm not going to cover how-tos on how to install Java or how to get an IDE. At this point, I'm pretty sure that you've already been working with an IDE. I'm not gonna go through things like installing Maven or MySQL Workbench. These are all things that I expect you to have on your environment right now, or that you are proficient enough to do it on your own. All right. I will discuss Node.js when we get into the React part, but again, you should be okay. You should be okay to install this on your own. I just want to go back here real quick and just one last thought. I have seen a lot of courses getting bad reviews because students join the course without minding the course requirements and without really understanding the knowledge gaps that they might have. And then, of course, when you have important knowledge gaps, then you're going to get frustrated, and then that frustration is going to be translated into dissatisfaction with the course. And I've seen a lot of good instructors and a lot of good courses getting nasty comments and really low ratings because students clearly did not pay attention to the requirements for the course. So please do so. If you feel that my course could be better and you're gonna give me a rating to reflect that I can understand. But I hope that I don't get any bad ratings because you were just too inexperienced for the course, right? So I just want to, and sorry if I sound a little blunt, but I really want to be clear here. These requirements are actually required. Sorry for being redundant there, but seriously, take the time to pay attention to this list and be honest with yourself. And if you want to ask me, or if you're not sure, send me a message, and if you have questions about this, just send me a quick message and I'll get back to you, okay? Now, moving forward, I want to talk about IDE and text editor. And this is also a really touchy subject when it comes to Java courses. I am going to be using IntelliJ, okay? And for those of you that are not familiar with IntelliJ, IntelliJ is, in my opinion, the best IDE for Java development out there, period. I love it. I've been using it for almost half a decade now, and I will not use anything else ever unless there's like something way better than IntelliJ. Then at that point, I might. But right now, at this very moment in time, I refuse to use anything but IntelliJ for Java development. That being said, IntelliJ is not a free tool. Okay, IntelliJ has a yearly cost if you want to obviously stay with the most current version, which is the one that I'm using right now. Since you have some experience with Java and the Spring framework, I'm pretty sure that you already might have gotten started with other IDEs such as STS or Spring Tool Suite or Eclipse. If you're familiar enough with those, the fact that I'm using IntelliJ and the fact that you guys might be using STS or Eclipse should not be a problem, because I am not going to do anything that's IDE specific. We're going to do basic things like bringing in imports, running the tool, and creating packages, creating files, creating the starter project, which are all things that you should know how to do in your current IDE. Okay. I am going to put a lot of previews on the Java side. So if you're using a different IDE, you can actually review whether or not you can follow along for free without having to actually pay for the course. And if you find yourself struggling following along because I am using a different IDE, then believe it or not, all that means is that this course might be a little too advanced for you, because if you have the practical experience that I'm recommending, me using a different IDE than you are shouldn't be a problem. On the flip side, if you are super comfortable with STS, if you're super comfortable with Eclipse, please do not feel the need to buy IntelliJ unless you really want to use it. Okay, I'm not forcing anyone to buy anything. I'm just being very clear that that's what I'm using, and that if you want to use something else, just make sure that you're comfortable using that other IDE while I'm using IntelliJ. That is all I am saying. Okay, IntelliJ has a 30-day trial, so you can go check that out. And again, I'm not pushing IntelliJ in any way, shape, or form. I do not work for them. I do not get any commissions if you buy it because of this course. So again, all I'm saying is that it's a great tool. On the text editor side, I am going to be using VS Code. VS Code is an amazing tool. They have really good extensions for React and overall JavaScript development. I just adore it. And when I was usually an Atom guy. I was usually always working on Atom. And when I was learning React, I decided to do VS Code because one of the instructors that I was following back then was using VS Code, and I fell in love with it, and I will not use anything else, at least not right now. So if this is your first time with React, things are going to be a lot easier for you if you just use VS Code and if you set it up the way I have it set up. I promise you that much. And again, the same thing, if you're already comfortable with something else, say you have some experience with React and you're already comfortable with Atom, and your Atom is already set up for React development, and you're super comfortable with it, stay with it, stick with it, don't worry about it. Again, it's not a hard requirement. It's just a recommendation. All right. So I hope that this is super clear, because I know that especially on the IDE side, on the Java side, I've seen a lot of good courses getting slammed with bad reviews because the instructor is using IntelliJ. When you are a beginner, yes, I understand how that could be somewhat daunting, not looking at the same thing your instructor is looking at. But once you're in the level that I'm expecting all of you to be on, at least on the Java side, then at this point it shouldn't be a problem for you. So just keep that in mind, all right? And the last topic that I want to discuss in this video is support. Okay, I do want to give you some expectations around support, and I do want to say that if you sign up for the course, it's because you're okay with this and because you accept these terms. Okay. If you run into troubles, or if you run into a bug, and I'm going to define a bug. Let's say you are following along in a lecture, and when I test my code, I get the results that I'm expecting. And when you test the code that you wrote as a result of watching the lecture, and you don't get the same results, or you get a nasty error, I want your first step to be is to rewatch the lecture and understand the concepts and make sure you understand the concepts. Why? I'm recommending this because if your code breaks and you look at it and you don't know how to fix it, that means that you don't even understand how that problem got there, how you created that bug. And if you don't understand why you created that, then you're gonna be stuck forever, right? And every time you have a problem, that you're gonna run into problems as a developer. So this is why I'm telling you, go retrace your steps, rewatch the video, look at all your lines of code, make sure you understand each line of code, and make sure that you compare it with mine. And I promise you, you will find the answer to your question or how to fix that bug. And more importantly, you're gonna learn from it. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, so it broke because I did this and I shouldn't have, or I had a typo. I have to be more careful when I type things like this. Things like that go a long way and will help you move faster as you progress, right? As you keep growing as a developer, okay? Now, this takes me to my second point, which is my SLA, or my time to get back to you, is within a 48-hour range, okay? I do have a day job, a very demanding day job. I always shuffling from one project to the other. So believe me, I will do my best to support this course because you deserve it. But please be mindful that it might take me up to 48 hours to get back to you. And again, if you are stuck with a specific lecture, you'll probably have an easier time trying to go back to the lecture rather than just waiting for me to get back to you. Okay? Please have specific questions. I have seen courses out there where the student's like, I did this and the tool one is giving me a 400 error. Or the tool just doesn't work, and then the instructor is like, I don't even understand what you're asking. So please ask very specific questions so I can give you a specific answer. Okay, it's that simple. If you're stuck and if you followed my recommendation of rewatching the lecture and you're still stuck, please commit your latest code to your repo, and then in the comment section or in the QA section, in the specific video you got stuck at, post your repo with your question and any other screenshots or error messages that you might have gotten. And then at that point, I'm going to be able to help you. All right. So please, it is very important that you send me the code and that you post it on the video lecture where you got stuck at. Because that way I can actually grab your code, review your code, actually even try and build it and run it on my environment and see if I can replicate the error. And if I can, chances are I'm going to be able to find the problem perhaps a little quicker than you could, and actually come back to you and give you targeted feedback on what might have gone wrong. Okay, assuming I can replicate the issue. And if I can't, then there's a good chance that then the issue might be on your development environment on some level, at which point I could try and help you, but since I cannot touch your computer, I will not be able to support anything that's specific to your development environment. All right? So again, if you don't include your code repository, I'm going to ask you to please include your repo, and I'm not going to be able to provide any help regarding to issues with the code until you do so. So please keep that in mind. Also, please help each other. When you help somebody get unstuck, not only are you doing a good deed, but also the fact that you have to go out of your way and try to explain to somebody how to solve a problem only makes you a better developer. So you're not only helping someone, but you're also helping yourself and reinforcing some of the concepts in your own mind. And this is a great thing. It's a win-win-win. We all win here. So please help each other. And last but not least, please be respectful. Okay? Only respect and kindness are fair game in the Q&A of this course. Okay? Only respect and kindness are fair game in that Q&A. So I hope that that's very clear. Be respectful, be kind to others. Last but not least, I am giving away a lot for free in the free preview section. Go check it out, and make sure that this course is for you. Make sure that you are okay with my teaching style. Make sure that you're okay with your skills, that your skills are actually a match for this course. Make sure that you're okay following through with a different ID if you're doing so, and all those things that we already discussed. Just make sure that this is the right course for you. If it is, I'll be more than glad to welcome you to the course, and I hope to see you inside soon. Thank you.